recording now. Okay. All right. So we're going to solve exponential functions, or I should say equations, using log functions. So when you have a problem that is like, don't write this down, but if you have a problem like 5x equals 25, 5 is being multiplied to x, what do we do to undo that? Divide. Multiply and divide are inverses of each other. Just like if I have x plus 7 equals 10, this is being added, so what do we do to move the 7?
4.
No. Subtract.
4. Why is it blowing cold air over here?
Because I had them turn the air down because it was really hot. So, I don't know. He even subtracted wrong. But that's okay. It's okay. It's not when we get it, it's that we get it. Okay, so my point of this is when you have a problem like this, 4 to the x power equals 72.
I can't do this.
My exponent is my unknown. My inverse to exponential functions is log functions. Logs and exponents are inverses of each other. So we're going to use log functions, that's what it says today, solve exponential functions using logs to be able to solve for our x value. So step 1, I'm going to give you the steps even though this one doesn't take step 1. Step 1 is get the base and exponent by itself. So you want the base and exponent to be all by itself. In this case, step 1 is already done for us. So here's my base 4. Here's my exponent x. The base and exponent is already by itself. So I've done step 1. Step 2 is write in log form. Earlier this week or last week, whenever we started this, one of our lessons, I wanted you to feel very confident writing from exponential to log form when you left the class. That's because today we're going to take and use that skill. So if I'm going to write this in log form, it's log base 4, because remember 4 is the base of the exponent and the base of the log. Log base 4 of 72 equals my exponent, x. So we got to try, that should probably be our bell ringer. I'll change that from my other classes. Writing from log to exponential form. So remembering how to do that. Once we get here, we're going to solve using change of base. So we need to grab calculators, but I'll just use my calculator for now so we can get these notes done. So change of base, remember we do log of the whatever you're logging, so log of 72 over log of our base, so log of 4. So log of 72 divided by log of 4, I get 3.08. So that means 4 to the 3.08 power equals 72. Before, when we wrote it in exponential form, they were whole numbers. Like if I said 4 to the x power equals 16, you know that that's 2. We could figure that out just by doing mental math. Today, you're not going to be able to figure it out because it's going to be some kind of a decimal. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am?
This is fun.
Fun, math rocks. Okay, so let's do this. Let me get you started on this one and I'll let you finish this one. If I have 3 times 2 to the x power equals 42. So the very first thing I have to do is get the base and exponent by itself. What do I need to move?
The 3.
Okay, how am I going to move it? Divide. So I have 2 to the x power equals 14. Okay, so I have the base and exponent by itself. Your next step is to write into log form and solve. You guys try this one on your own. I'm going to change this for my other class. You might need a calculator.
Hey, Colton.
That wasn't me, that was him.
Actually, I gotta do this backwards.
You were actually good. Bam, I got it.
I'm gonna use the same one.
Oh, it's freezing over here.
How do you get this to record this?
It's an app that hooks up to whatever's on my computer screen.
What's it called?
Doceri.
Gosari?
Doceri.
Gosari.
Okay, do you guys get it?
Yep.
So we have to write this in log form. What is this in log form? Log base what? 2 of 14 equals x. So in my calculator, I'm typing log of 14 divided by log of 2. And let's, don't forget your parentheses when you type it in. 3.81. Pretty easy? So far so good?
Is that all we're doing today?
Yeah, I have 2 more examples. So let me look at them, see how they look different. Oh, I see. Okay, so the next one just takes a little more work to get it by itself. And then I'm going to do one that's a natural log, and then we're going to be done. So this next one, I have 2 parentheses, 3 to the 2x minus 5 power minus 4 equals 11. This one just takes a little more work, but the process is still the same. So our goal right now is to get this part by itself. So what am I going to move first?
4.
The 4. Okay, we're going to add the 4 over. Oh, this is going to end up a fraction. That's okay. So we have 2 times 3 to the 2x minus 5 power equals 15. And then we divide by 2. Divide by 2. So I have 3 to the 2x minus 5 power equals, and you can leave this as 15 over 2, or we can write it as a decimal, 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's write this in log form together. Log base what?
3.
Wait,
3.
3.
What just happened?
Wait, what do we do with 15 over 2?
I just made it a 7.5, but you can leave it a 15 over 2 if you want. I just made it the decimal form. That's up to you. Whatever you're more comfortable with. So log base 3 of what? 7.5 equals 2x minus 5. So what's going to happen with this problem is I'm going to do change a base over here and get some decimal, and then I'm still going to have to solve for x. So I'm going to set whatever I get equal to 2x minus 5. So in my calculator, I'm doing log of 7.5 on the top. Don't forget your parentheses. Divided by log of 3. And I get 1.83. And now I just have an Algebra 1 problem to deal with. So I'm going to add my 5 over. So I have 6.83 is equal to 2x. And I have to divide everything by 2. 3.1415. So the process was still the same. You just had a little extra math to do at the end.
Never thought of that before.
Well, you should. Okay, last one. We're going to have that lovely letter E. Remember, log base E is the same thing as the natural log of whatever, okay? So if I have E to the x power plus 5 equals 60. What's the base and exponent for this problem? E to the x. So I'm trying to get this part right here by itself. How do I move the plus 5?
Subtraction.
Okay. So I have e to the x equals 55. Let's write this in log form. Log base what?
E.
Log base e of 55
Equals X.
equals x. And what does log base e equal?
I don't know.
10.
No?
24, 44, 44, 6, 7.
Log base e is equal to the natural log.
Just type in ln.
So I can change this log base e to the ln, 55 equals x. So there's no change of base. I can just use that ln button. ln of 55 is 4.01.
That was close.
You were so close.
Feels good to be a queen.
It does.
How many
Yes.
times have you won them?
Huh?
How many times have you won them?
It's just once. She's
Twice?
so
Twice,
easy.
I think. Well, every year I can. They make me take a year off, so
Was this your year off?
yeah.
They
So
didn't
next year's the year.
care.
Carol wasn't here this year, so I don't know who won it this year.
Wait, what is it?
I didn't pay
Gaddy?
attention enough to
Oh, it was Gaddy. Yep. We used to just split Carol and me for
It
homecoming.
runs in the math department.
I know we kept it in the family. Okay.
Next will be anchor on.
Oh my
Well,
god.
it's
He doesn't do he doesn't ever put his name in it.
Why doesn't he?
I don't know. I would love if we could have a math king and queen. That would be the best.
It'd be like Mick and